Okay, the lesson today, the sermon, is from John chapter 1. And I want to call your attention from my memory to a few things that I'm sure you're familiar with. But I want you to tell me at the end of the message today if everything you heard starting now, you already knew it. Okay? Because I think you've heard people challenge you before that you're getting something new today. But in a way, Ecclesiastes says there's nothing new under the sun. But that's talking about that globe up in the sky that God created. And you're more complex than the sun and the moon. You're a world. So what's the first verse of the gospel according to John? In the beginning, somebody else or anybody else continue? Was the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. What does that sound like to you from another place in the Bible? It does. Genesis begins in the beginning. Those are the first few words of the entire Bible. I want to tell you today that the book that we're looking at this morning, from start to finish, is about Jesus. I've been a Christian a while before I realized the first 13 verses of the first chapter of John. We're talking about somebody that by a different name, and I didn't make the connection. The Word is Jesus. That's who He is. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was Jesus. Well, how can you say that? Easy. You keep reading the Bible. Christians don't read the Bible enough, is what I hear. I hear Christians say that. I don't study, I don't know the Bible like I should. Well, what do you think you ought to be doing this afternoon? Or this evening? Or early tomorrow? But this is a wonderful thing that's happening for us, is that God has made Himself so well known. Anybody that says, how can you know God, is not being either totally honest or very smart. Because